What's going on, everybody? Jeff the Iron Wolf here. As you can see, I'm driving my car instead of my truck today because I had the day off. But if you'll excuse me a moment, I'm backing up my neighborhood. Gotta go pick up the groceries. But as you noticed, a lot of my videos went down, and I didn't like the quality of them. Some other things came up, and I guess I am putting up my old rant. But you know what? I've had some time to think about it, and I had a time to talk to a buddy of mine named Jason, who does watch these videos. He and I were in the Marines together pretty much almost our entire enlistment. Well, at least almost my entire first enlistment, and all his. He got out early because of medical reasons. But I digress. I had my first gun rant, and I thought I had some good ideas, but I realized, and my buddy Jason helped me figure this out, that there's some serious problems with that. And there's some serious problems we have today, even without even that plan. Here's the problem. We can't enforce our laws. That's the big problem we have in the United States, is enforcement in and of itself. I mean, let's look at the strictest gun laws cities in the country. Baltimore, D.C., and Chicago. They have the worst gun crime in America. And they have some of the strictest laws. Now, the anti-gun crowd just has it in their head that if they just do enough gun laws, it's like, throwing shit at a wall. They think eventually something will stick. The problem is, they don't have enough boots on the ground to enforce it at any level, local, state, or federal. I mean, guys, let's look at the federal agency that is the primary mover and shaker when it comes to guns, tracking, and all that. Alcohol, tobacco, and firearms, ATF. Do people not realize this is the smallest federal law enforcement agency in the United States? It is a fraction of the size of the FBI. I don't even know if they rank at 1/5 the size of the FBI. DEA is bigger than they are. And these guys are the ones who are supposed to be tracking, legal firearm sales, this, that, and the other. And they've even flat out admitted they can't do it. So, this is the thing I keep bringing up to all my friends who are take away guns. How do you enforce it? And they give me this doe-eyed blank look like, they thought if they just passed the law, everything's fine. Like, no, that's just the first step of a problem. We actually have to enforce the change. And without more boots on the ground, my buddy said, you can't enforce the change. This is the problem. And let's say they overturn the Second Amendment by some magical miracle. They got 75% of both the House, the Senate, and 37 out of 50 states to ratify, to put in a new constitutional amendment to overturn the Second. How are you going to pay for it? How are you going to enforce it? How are you going to do it? Because they just want it done. They have no thought to how it's going to be done. They just want to wave their hands and it be done. This is the problem. This is the problem I have. We can't enforce very well. That's number one. Number two, we don't have enough people to do said enforcing. And number three, if we do get enough people, how do we keep them from turning into the Gestapo? And not trample on one of the most integral parts of the Constitutional Bill of Rights. Granted, I've said it before. If you really think an AR-15 is going to protect you from the government, you're out of your mind, even in a group situation. However, that being said, it does, on a limited scale, protect the rest of your rights. It's a gray area where the Second Amendment protects the rest. But, as I said in a video before, and I want to come at this a little calmer and a little wiser. Here's the problem with this one law I saw in California. This one government official, I don't think it's gone through, and I don't think it's going to fly even in liberal California. Because he basically wants it so anybody who thinks you are a danger to society can go up before a special inquiry where you, if you're charged, are not present, you have no chance to defend yourself, and they can basically try you, put out a warrant, come in, search and seize, and basically, found you get you because you have the evidence. Basically, it used to be only family members can do this. This guy's trying to open up so anybody can do this. So I'll give you a perfect example. Mr. David Hogg himself. I could say, I think he has a gun. I think he's a danger. Go before a query. And if I can prove my case without him defending himself, a judge can order a bench warrant for him to be searched and seized, breaking his constitutional rights. Without him able to defend himself, without due process. So, where does this law start? Okay, tramples on the second. Then it starts trampling on the... Then it breaks... It starts off breaking... let's see. Hold on one second. Nope, wrong light. They just changed this whole street up, so now I'm playing guessing games here because I just did a lot of construction. Yay me. Sorry, guys. But first, it breaks your Sixth Amendment, which is right to due process. Basically, if someone charges you with a crime, there's an inquiry, you are allowed to be there and defend yourself. That's due process. Then it breaks the Fourth rule because your Sixth was amended. It breaks the Fourth Amendment, which is a legal search and seizure. Because it broke your due process, it's an illegal search and seizure. And then because they find evidence when they go in and do this illegal search and seizure, it breaks your Fifth constitutional amendment, which is self-incrimination, because you're already incriminated. You don't even have a chance not to self-incriminate yourself. So we've already, to put this law into effect, broken the Fourth, Fifth, and Sixth constitutional amendments. And for all these gun people who want guns, we're supposed to have the right to a speedy trial. That's the Seventh Amendment. If you put all these in for all these people who feel like their rights have been violated, how are they going to get due process in a speedy and timely manner? So now we've destroyed the Seventh Amendment. And a case could be made for the 9th and 10th. I don't remember what they are at the top of my head, but it's basically states' rights not enumerated and the rights of the people really not enumerated, that they can't be infringed upon. So basically, to get rid of the second, gun activists, anti-gun people want to utterly destroy the Bill of Rights while they do it, and don't give a fuck that they do. This is the problem that we face. But gun control, we have a lot of gun controls. We have a lot more gun control laws than people think. But like I said before, we just can't enforce it. We really can't. So to sum it all up, and I'm going to try and do a lot more of these quieter, more just my general thoughts on life, not really ranting so much, but I really think that gun control, it's a lot bigger than my original video, my biggest rant, and that got the most views. I think I was up to like 260. But I'm more of the thought of, if we want better gun control, we need better enforcement. And that's going to require boots on the ground. But as I said before, that's a double-edged sword. And what do we know about bureaucracies? When we start building up bureaucracies, when it comes time to dismantle them, they don't want to be dismantled. And dismantling them is a Herculean task. I mean, just ask Trump right now as he's dismantling a lot of the bureaucracy Obama left behind and putting in his own. Just trying to dismantle Obamacare has taken him the better part of 2 years, and he still ain't quite done it. So, just things to think about. Also, I know Jesse's going right now. I had to step away because, like I said, I have to go get these damn groceries. So, things I got to do. Otherwise, wife will get very, very mad, and so will our friend who we live with. Because I'm picking up more than just me and my wife's groceries. I'm picking up our friend's groceries. So, some guys might say I'm cooked. No, I'm just doing a favor because it's also my food, too. Man gotta eat. So, They don't ask me to do much, and hell, I don't do much for them, so I can do this. Plus, I'm on my day off. Yeah, crap. Probably should speed up. But yeah, that's just my random thoughts on, you know, my original video that I went on a long time ago about guns, and, you know, ideas change. This is why I don't have beliefs. I have ideas. But I do have one belief. The Constitution of the United States is our ultimate law. It has to be, it needs to be. It's the only preventative for the insanity. And those who want to circumvent it, destroy it, or bend and twist it for their own ideals, they are my enemy. And I swore to the Constitution, not a president, that I would defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Think about that. Y'all have a nice day.